Hello, everybody, and welcome to this holiday one-shot called Haven Candlelight. This will be the first official stream of Haven as we are heading into the end of 2023. I'm finally getting some Haven lore out there. I'm super stoked, and I'm super thankful to these wonderful people who have joined me today to tell this story. So why don't we meet them and then we'll dive into it. Why don't we start with the top left here, Carly. Tell us all about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Carly. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at Carly Steichen. I make dice, I play games, and it's my whole life pretty much revolves around tabletop role playing. So I enjoy it and I love it, and I can't wait to see what we have in store in Haven today.
Awesome. I know that feeling about having your entire life revolve somewhat and somehow around D&D or you know, role-playing games. I just want to point out that today I'm going to be using these beautiful dice. I don't want to tip it too far, that I got from Carly. There's two sets here. One is the Smiley Day set that you had on. Well, actually I missed that one and had you do a custom of the same one. And then another one was my Haven colors, which is kind of a burnt orange and blue and green. They're beautiful. They're hard to see if I hold them up, but thank you so much for making beautiful dice. You can follow Carly on the socials that are shared, and I'm actually gonna share Armadillo. Nope,
Yes,
that wasn't
that's
right.
my shop.
Right. While I'm sharing that, why don't you pick who goes next?
Ooh, we're gonna go directly across, and we're gonna go to Sundance Sid. Oh, he's not there.
He's not there, unfortunately.
Below me. We're gonna go below me. We'll go to Neuromaster.
Hey folks, my name's Ed. I stream on Twitch as Neuromaster from time to time. Stoked to be here. I was just watching Jeremy's first lore dump on the World of Haven, and I'm really excited to be part of this, and looking forward to a great game this afternoon. I will be playing Alfred Watt, the Artificer.
Nice. And a lore dump it was. I feel like at the end of the 2 hours, I was just like, did I take a breath in any of that? I know I drank some coffee, so we'll call that breathing. Thank you so much for being here. And last but not least, Kevin, who is a producer here on the channel, and always awesome to sit down at the table with him. How's it going?
Hey man, good to be here. Good to be here and see these beautiful smiling faces as usual. And glad to be here playing instead of running. I always love to sit down and play a game, and it's gonna be fun. I am found online to the socials at KevRan Games, as it says below me. And like Jeremy said, I do cool stuff here, so this is one of the many things. And today I'm playing Trieg, who is a custom ancestry for the system. He's a burdened, which are people who start to kind of develop strange, like troll kind of abilities and looks. So he's gonna be a lot of fun to play. But yeah, he's just everybody's nice favorite guy in the town who's just really happy, and you know, he's here for everyone. So
nice.
I'm here too. So here we go.
I'm glad that you're here. Speaking of here, we're missing Sid, who was going to be here, but unfortunately the real world invaded our group. This tends to happen when you're, you know, playing RPGs with humans. We miss you, Sid. We hope you have a great day. Sid was going to be playing a stone soul or statue come to life. These awesome figures that you see on the screen were made on Hero Forge. I'm just going to send our affiliate link up, and if you will click on that, whatever you do end up purchasing, even though everything is free to make on there, if you end up purchasing any of their figures or their digital tokens or whatever, we get a very small percentage of that, but it helps keep the lights on, and we appreciate it. So I think without further ado, we should probably head into this adventure. I guess I will, before I say that, apologize if Libby, who's in the background, I don't have Libby cam on today, but should Libby be making noises because she's being sassy, That's what you hear. It's not a Chewbacca in the background. All right, so Alfred, recently in the city of Drumvakal, Jalthome. I've already messed up my own lore.
I
was like, as soon as I said it, I was like, that's wrong. In the city of Jalthome, kind of in the mid-northern area of Aramesh, the continent upon which you reside, a group of adventurers had come into town. These adventurers had been hired by a maestro that you know somewhat. He had passed through town not long ago and had actually stopped by the school that you run in order to make a small donation and kind of spend some of his time before he moved on. And when these adventurers came through, they were supposed to be delivering a harp to a small village, kind of a frontier town that is being built in the Kalrud Mountains to the north. Now, you know that the Kalrud Mountains are kind of a dangerous place, but you also know that this this village that's being built, several of your children that go to your school, not your children, but children that go to your school, have actually moved away to this frontier town because their parents are trying to cash in on kind of a not a rush, not like a gold rush, but there is the opportunity there for certain woods to be obtained that can't be found anywhere else on the continent. And for the longest time, the threat of the deity Umsh and her faction of Shakoj have really kept people out of that area. And this frontier town is kind of pushing that limit and seeing whether or not they can get away with setting up there without having some kind of incursion. However, these adventurers were like, we had such a hard time getting the harp this far. We lost a couple of our members. We just don't have the resources to keep going. We give up. And Trig had come to you with this information. Now, Trig, you had been there. You had been privy to this conversation, and you had heard this need for the harp to be continued on, that they were going to give you the residual pay, and there was like a wagon that had been purchased to carry the harp in, and there is an axe beak that pulls the cart. So there was like not really any fronted money that you had to put forth. And you were like, well, maybe I could find a small group of people to take this up there. Oh, wait, Alfred really knows a lot of people who've moved up there. Maybe he's willing to go in. You knew that he used to be in the military, so you headed over and spoke with Alfred. And Auntie, you had recently been passing through, and with your love of gifting toys and things to children, you had stopped by Alfred's schoolhouse. And in doing so, you had learned they had been talking, and being as traveled as you are and wanting to go see this place that's newly formed, this new village, you were really interested in maybe going along. Your friend Zed, who has been traveling with you, decided to remain in Dralthome, unfortunately. But the three of you headed out. Why don't you tell me about that first day, Trig? What was your first day of travel like, as the snows are just kind of beginning to fall?
Yeah, so we went out there together and we left the town and we went out kind of in the way we're supposed to be going. And well, the sun was really high in the first place. And so some of the snow started to melt and it got the road a little bit slushy. Luckily, I don't have any shoes on. Those kind of have a way to make everybody else walk all weird. But I've got these really long toenails. And so I got to kind of grip when I walk. And so I don't bother with that. I got the open toesies, the tootsies are able to breathe. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So as we're walking along, we see that the weather was nice and beautiful, and we had a little bit of a little picnic off to the side. Um, but we got on our way. As we were going along, it did start to snow early in the afternoon. Luckily, we're all people who have been outside quite a bit, so we kind of just pushed right through that there. And yeah, it was a great day to be out with friends. I mean, what better time than now,
So speaking of friends, Auntie, you're kind of new to the group, and Alfred was really the first one that you met. Trig you met later, but what really sparked this camaraderie that's growing between the three of you?
Oh, well, the best of friendships are made over a good cup of hot cocoa. So really, that's all we had to do was have some hot chocolate together and friends for life.
I love that hot chocolate stuff.
Oh, that's because it's not that like store-bought box stuff. It's like actual melted chocolate. Like that's the way to go.
Yeah,
Excellent.
definitely, yeah.
Plus,
And
you can't forget that half of it is marshmallows.
oh yeah, that's the luckiest charm right there.
I mean, why exercise any kind of restraint or good judgment? This is Candlelight. Indulge yourself.
Yeah, I absolutely. This is why we
Hot
like this so
chocolate
much.
is indulgence, and
Mm,
it's wonderful.
And Alfred,
yeah.
speaking of Candlelight, you're used to at this point. You've been in Drothome for a few years, and you're used to kind of the routine that you've built up as far as spending Candlelight in the schoolhouse and having it available for the families of the children and anyone who really needs shelter or whatever to come into the schoolhouse and light their candle and spend the time celebrating and remembering. It's holiday of remembrance, but for a lot of humans and the shorter lived races or species, it's more of just a appreciation for the fact that you are here, and less of a remembering the actual crossing from the world before. But what are you thinking as you're traveling up into the Calhoods? One, knowing the potential dangers there, and two, knowing that you're not going to be in your schoolhouse this year for Candlelight.
It's a little bittersweet because I really enjoy the community aspect of Candlelight, seeing everybody come together. I don't have my own family per se, but I really see the whole community as my family. So not being able to be with them during this very special holiday is a little bit sad. But at the same time, I know that they're going to be in good hands. They're going to be with the village elders, and in some ways, by taking the harp out of the town, they will probably be safer for it. And the travel is wonderful as well. This reminds me of the parts of my military service that I didn't hate, right? Like making sure that all of my kit is, securely stowed, and just the walking around in nature, and spending time with my companions. Both uh, Krieg, who I know a little bit better, um, and uh, also Elsley, who I'm just getting to meet a little bit. But uh, there may be dangerous things out in the world, but we're doing good work, and there is a lot to like about this trip.
Nice. And the maestro who came through previously, his name is Matthias Bent. He made that donation to your school and everything, and you just felt like he was really kind of a benefactor as far as the ongoing safety maybe of this village that you're heading to, and knowing that the children that you have taught are there is just an extra boon to going up there. And you travel through the first several days. It's going to take about 9 days to get to where you're going, as long as the weather is good.
That's a lot of soggy toes, man.
It is a lot of soggy toes.
My toes are fine. I'm flying.
We should actually bring that
yeah.
up as when you met Auntie. It's the first. At first, you thought that she was a flying gnome, like she was a winged gnome. But something special about Auntie that maybe actually we should do a history check from Alfred Intrigue.
We're rolling. I got a +0. I can't wait. Here we go. Oh, a 15. Okay.
Nice.
Alfred's pretty good at history. He got a 21.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. You've never heard of a winged gnome before, and you realize that the gremlins are related to gnomes, and maybe somewhere in her ancestry there is like a pairing of the two, that you have this rather unique looking winged gnome, and there's just something about her that you just feel like there is a presence that is watching over her as you travel. Alfred, you're really picking up on that a lot more than Trigue with your awesome 21. But Trigue, you do like it's like this calming presence that just follows wherever Auntie goes.
Yeah. Well, I love that that's why we're friends, because I love that about her. And just trying to feel the spirit of being friends with that. That's great. Yeah.
Sorry, the accent's killing me. So it's been several days as you're trudging up through these mountains. Once you get into the inclinations, they're not having traveled through. Each of you would have traveled through like the Storm Shroud Mountains, which are very rough to navigate, very rocky and high, vertical cliffs and stuff like that. The cowards are much more kind of rolling hills going into these rocky mountains that are just a little more pleasant to move through. It's not quite so much climbing and going uphill, but you do have to get the axe beak to kind of like put in the extra effort every so often. And it's as you're coming to this, it's not really clearing, but up ahead you do notice in the trees there's almost like a pull-off point where caravans might rest. And you can see in the newly fallen snow there are divots that the snow has filled in. So it's like, the snow is up and then it's almost like a caravan came through, but those have been almost filled. There's been a few inches of snow that have fallen on you over the last day or so, but you don't see signs of people in the clearing. You don't see any signs of super recent activity. However, I do need to know what everyone's passive perceptions are.
10.
Nice. Good start.
Well, I got a 14. So
Okay.
Just an 11 for Alfred.
Okay. So, Trigue, as you're maybe walking next to the axe beak that's pulling this cart, you're listening to the thrum of the tires in the snow and the squenching noises that it makes, and just kind of enjoying that.
a squishy toes sound. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. I love it. Yeah.
This smell assails your nose all of a sudden, and you notice the others kind of, wrinkle their nose a little, almost like there's a tickle there. But for you, it's a little more acrid. It definitely catches your attention. There's something in the area that is giving off this weird scent.
Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna try to look around and see if I can investigate. I'm gonna look at the axe beak first, and because I have a pretty good handle animal, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, are you okay there, buddy? Don't be concerned. We both got pretty big schnozzes here, so I know that probably you're smelling what I'm smelling too. So,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and
are you
do an
okay?
animal handling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that. I got a +7, so it's gonna
Nice.
be. Oh, that's about a lot. A 10, because I only rolled a 3.
Whew. Uh, your words don't really seem to affect it at all, but it doesn't really seem to be super worried. It is looking around more than you've kind of gotten used to it. Like its head is up. It might be like a defensive awareness. It's trying to see what's around.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just take a look around and see what I can find out. And does anybody else want to come look around, or are you guys gonna just stay with the cart and relax for a moment? Or
Why are you talking to Axe speak?
oh, I'm just making
Is
sure.
he?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on. Did you
No,
want to do all
all
the
right.
talking to Speak, or
No, I just. Is something wrong?
well, I just smelled something kind of funky. I thought maybe it was one of those silent but deadlies that Alfred has sometime, but no, it wasn't. It's a little bit more smelly than that. So I was gonna go look around and see if I see anything weird.
I only smell good smells, so that makes sense.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Do you
Do you
want
want
All
to?
right.
some help? I could come help.
Well, I think somebody's got to stay here with the cart.
I
But
mean, I could make it look like somebody's with the cart.
oh, you talking about the magics and stuff?
Oh, you would have seen her making illusions for the past like 4 days, like
Oh yeah,
nonstop.
I love it. I love it so much.
She's like almost constantly just like that's how she entertains herself.
Oh, I love that. That's great. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not anybody to get in the way of your fun. So if you want to do that, yeah, go ahead.
Cool. And I just pop a Trig right next to Trig.
Whoa! Look at that. That's a handsome fella right there.
So we
Does
can go
it
look.
look like exactly like Trig, or have you like enhanced any or changed any features?
It looks exactly like Trig.
Nice.
Although he is now wearing a hat that looks like mine because I have
Whew.
this like poofed up hat that is purple, plum purple, and maroon red, which is like the entire colors that she's wearing. So it looks like Trig just with the festive hat.
Oh, I love that. Well, that's gonna look really good because he's wearing a lot of like greens and browns, very earthy kind of colors. Because he's a man of the people, and so the fact that that's so bright color, that's really gonna stand out and look really kind of awesome. So maybe I'll have to get one of those. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go walk around. Let's go. We'll see
Okay.
you in a minute, Alfred.
So while
Don't
this
go
has
too
all been
far.
going on, what has Alfred been doing?
I think Alfred has been doing the best that he can to perform an investigation without wandering off or leaving the cart behind. Especially looking for probably disturbances in the snow.
Okay. Do you want to roll it as an investigation, or do you want to roll it as perception?
I would be a lot stronger rolling it as investigation.
Okay.
But I'll defer to your guidance on that.
Sure. No, it just depending on what you roll, it might change what you notice. So go ahead and roll your investigation.
You could also take some guidance because she would have given you a nice little pat before they headed off.
Nice.
All right. That would be, with guidance, a 17.
Nice. As you're looking around, you do notice that there are other areas in the snow that are much like the divots that you've been just kind of following in the roadway. They look like trails that have been mushed down in the snow, often the trees on the right-hand side. And then they've been refilled in by the recent snowfall. But there's definitely a trail of something that has moved through there. It doesn't seem wagony, and it seems like there are a few trails, but each one goes off on its own. It's not part of a singular unit. Is there anything you want to do with that, or shall we head over to the clearing with Trig and Auntie?
Probably just sort of shouldering his crossbow, not immediately trying to shoot anything, but just trying to provide overwatch while Elsley and Trieg wander off a little bit.
Okay. So as you head into this clearing, Trieg and Auntie, what are you doing?
So, I mean, how do you melt down the chocolate? Do you do that with a fire, or do you do that with a candle?
Oh,
Or
no.
how?
So you steam the milk first, and then you
Okay.
take the chocolate and you stir the chocolate, and the steamed milk
Oh,
melts the chocolate, and it mixes
oh.
it so good. And you should always put some marshmallows in first while you're doing the mixing, and then add more on top once it's done.
So does
Makes
the
it
hot water?
really creamy.
Yeah, does the hot water melt the marshmallows too? Is that kind of what you're going
No
for,
hot
or is it?
water. Who uses hot water
Didn't
in
you
hot
just say?
chocolate? It's
Oh,
steamed milk.
steamed milk. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to learn a little bit about your process here, and I just got a little
Hot water
confused.
is for lazy people.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't want any of that instant stuff, right? We want the real deal, huh?
The
Yeah,
real deal. That's
yeah.
how true friendships are forged.
Yeah, and he holds up an arm to give her a hug. I should say his arms are extremely long. That's one of his features of his evolution of being one of the burdened. Is he's got extremely long arms, so they're almost dragging across the ground. So when he puts them up to give her a high five, it's like a real, like he's really got to focus to get it to work.
She gives like a double fist into the hand.
Yeah, awesome. And
Yeah. So
yeah, let me look around.
how have you been adapting to your ever changing body? Is this a thing that's happened recently, or like these longer arms? Is it something that you're still like getting used to?
Yeah, they're a little bit kind of weird for him to get used to, but he's like 40, and so he's been kind of evolving for a bit now. I mean, he was a human, and as he's kind of been more and more of him as being awakened and kind of becoming who it's. I mean, he's got longer arms because he can't wear shoes at all. His toenails are just so they have to breathe, and they don't. You can't cut them. I mean, it's just not how it's going to work. And so, yeah, he's still. It's like when a kid is like learning their body when they have a growth spurt. He's kind of got that kind of look to it. Even though he's one of the town guards, he's part of the patrol that we have there. He's still a little awkward sometimes, but he makes do. He makes do.
Nice.
Yep.
Remind me sometime to tell you about my troll toe. Anyway, so since you are having this rather in-depth conversation, it is getting a little not heated, but a little intense. Go ahead and roll some perception checks for me.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to.
And Alfred, you can also
Some
roll perception.
guidance.
Well, yeah, we should cast guidance and stuff. I've got that too.
Sure.
Why you?
No, you said I was distracted, so I'm just gonna roll. I'm not gonna cast a spell on myself.
Oh, she already patted you. You had it.
Oh, well, okay then. Awesome.
She may
Gangly
not
and,
have it, but you have it.
Yes, gangly and awkward indeed, Raven. That is exactly what we're going for.
Dirty 20 for
A 5,
Alphonse.
I'm really focused on hot chocolate.
Yeah.
we got a 16.
Okay. So Alfred, you notice it first. As this conversation's going on, you're just kind of following them with your eyes, but you're also really focusing on what's going on around them. And you notice that there are several what look like hefty stones that are kind of ringing the outside of the camp area. And those aren't really weird in themselves. Like you've seen that kind of thing happen before, where somebody will go and actually kind of build a little area that if their fire spreads or whatever, it'll stop it there. Like 3 of them get up, stretch, and begin moving towards Trieg and Auntie. This is not usual, and go ahead and make just Alfred. Go ahead and make me a history check.
Alfred rolls a 24 for his history check.
Nice.
Alfred's got the rolls today, man.
Right.
I love it.
like kind of living in this area for a bit and wanting to know about the dangers that might lay ahead of you, as well as like just kind of in general for the region, you've actually done some studies on this area, and you know that there are these things called stone ticks, which is kind of a misnomer because they're not insects, but they are really giant or really large compared to a tick, blood-sucking creatures that when they're resting, they just look like rocks. Apparently, either they were waiting for someone to come along, or just happened to be in this line of stones that's encircled his camp. But they're definitely heading towards Trig and Auntie. Trig, you kind of start hearing something going on, but you're like super intent on this conversation.
Yeah.
So, Alfred, what do you do?
Are these closer to people, monsters, beasts? What are these stone ticks as I know them?
They're beasts.
They're beasts?
Yeah.
Probably I'm going to stick my fingers in my mouth and just whistle just as shrilly as I can.
Okay.
And give a command to my steel defender, Iron Hand, to go out towards Trig and Elsley to defend them as I take aim and fire at one of the stone ticks.
Okay. So you go ahead and roll that attack, and that will put us into combat. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
That's everybody, or just
That would be everybody.
I'm working real good on my dice right now, guys.
Right?
Nice. Well, I've got a -1 to initiative, so let's see how I do. Oh, 17. Okay, I'll take it.
And
Wait, does my guidance affect that?
Also a 17 for Alfred. I have a 14 dex if you want to use that as a tiebreaker.
Ooh.
I got 7.
Oh, actually, I can use my guidance if I want, but I'm not going to bother with it.
I got a 7.
No, I would have used it. Okay.
Whew. So we're using Albert Rodeo today, which is super cool, except for the fact that I'm not super used to it. So if I'm kind of lagging behind mentally here, that is totally why.
That's
All
okay.
right.
We're going to get through it together. We're going to work on it. It's going to be okay.
Right? All right. So tell me, what was your attack roll on the shot, Alfred?
Let's see. I am rolling a 16 to hit.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
And then I would be rolling 13 damage for that. Piercing.
Excellent. And which one do you want to be aiming at? From top to bottom, we can do 1, 2, 3.
The one at the very bottom.
Okay.
And then I'll take my second attack, if that works for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a 12 to hit.
That one's going to miss. It actually hits its kind of stony looking carapace and just bounces off. And then Alfred, what did you get for your initiative?
I got a 14 for initiative.
14. Okay. And what was Auntie's?
A 7.
A 7.
So I think it was
Excellent.
14.
And
What did you get, Kev?
Trig-
Because I got the same thing as. Sorry.
You got a 17. You rolled a
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 17.
We
I
were
was
both
ready for that. Luckily,
Okay.
he did that really loud shrill, and I was like, ooh, oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when
I was
the whistle,
still daydreaming.
I mean, you know, of anything to daydream about, hot chocolate's definitely one of the ones that will just like take you out of the moment. Understandable. Let's
True
see.
story.
Should I roll Smiley Day or the Wanderer's Haven dice?
Smiley day.
Miley.
Smiley Day. Excellent. Good call. I got a 3 plus their. Oh, nice. I got a 3. All right. So, Trieg, you hear this shrill whistle, and you've kind of he's done it before when you've been aware that something's approaching that might be dangerous. You glance over and you see these 3 large, they kind of look like beetles, but they're very like stony in appearance, just with, you know, some legs sticking out underneath, and the front of each one is kind of opening up into this multi-jaw, like multi-hinged jaw that's just kind of like yawning and maybe salivating just a little bit. What do you do?
So you said these are beasts. So do they usually attack because they're being territorial, or do they attack because they're trying to be vicious? I mean, what is their motivations here? Do we know that at all?
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and do you can either do a history, or I'll let you do an animal handling.
Oh, animal handling. I'll roll that. 22, 15.
22. Yeah, so you've heard about stone ticks. You've never seen one, but you know that they are pretty voracious bloodsuckers. They're kind of like the large mutant mosquitoes that you might have seen in like further south lands. Yeah.
Well,
They're hungry.
I got to admit, Jeremy, you just triggered Kevin. You said mosquitoes, so it's aggro time, baby. Let's do it. I'm gonna.
So, do we need to cut the break?
No. What I mean is like it's go time. Because there's one thing Kevin does not like. It's a mosquito. So I used to do pest control. Let me tell you what, not my friends. But anyway, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to. Krieg, rather, is going to turn. He's going to be like, "Oh, I don't think so. There, we're going to go ahead and slow with it. You slow your roll there." And he is going to cast a guiding bolt at the one who is kind of like pseudo directly in front of him. So this one here that I'm swirling with the green energy there. So guiding bolt, boom. Just first level I'll do it at. Does it roll? Oh, I say cast. I don't usually use the D&D Beyond for the rolling. So here we go. Okay, 25 to hit.
That will absolutely hit.
Heck yeah. Radiant damage of 13.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's like scintillating green sparkly energy that rises up out of the ground and kicks some snow out of the way as it shoots forward, and as it hits it, it gets this sparkly energy kind of falls and lands on it and keeps it alight for a moment. Almost looks like when you're out driving around looking at Christmas lights and you see the Christmas lights twinkling underneath the fresh fallen snow.
Oh,
that's
nice.
kind of the look we're going for. So it's very festive. It's a weird way, and so that happens, and the next attack on it is going to be at advantage because of that.
Okay, sounds good.
And then that's it.
Are you gonna?
I'll draw my mace. Excuse me.
Gotcha. And are you gonna stay where you are?
Stay right there. Yep.
Perfect.
And Jeremy, could we come back to my Steel Defender maybe sometime soon?
Well, it is actually your turn, and your Steel Defender will go on your turn. So you tell me what's going on.
Sorry, I guess that first shot was just starting off the thing. I got a little lost.
Yeah, it was kind of like a surprise round.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take probably just a step up just to make sure I have a nice unobstructed line of sight to that same tick that I was shooting at before.
Okay.
And having gotten maybe a better look at these things and what hits them and what doesn't, I'm going to take extra special aim and roll my attacks with sharpshooter this time around. So first roll would be a 21 to hit.
Just barely. Yep, that'll hit.
And that would be it's an extra 10 for sharpshooter, right? That would be 16 points of damage, I think.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
It shrieks as your crossbow bolt sticks into it. Like you can see the carapace kind of cracks and shatters a bit. There's these obvious like cracks in it that are spreading out, and some ichor begins to flow out. And as it does so, that smell becomes way more pungent as the carapace cracks.
I still can't smell it.
Because you can only smell good things.
You've got some Nutella. You know, she's
I have a thermos of hot chocolate.
yeah, it's even better. I love it.
Do you have a second attack, Alfred?
Yeah, if that thing wants some more, the reloading mechanism on my light crossbow is cycling, and we're gonna go in for another shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that would be a 14 to hit.
That will hit. Yep, it does manage to punch through the carapace.
And that would be 21 damage.
Excellent. All right, and you Iron Hand, your steel defender.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna command Iron Hand to intercept. And that one on the south, he's a resilient bugger. He's still standing, I assume.
Yeah, he is. They definitely seem like they can take a hit
All right.
or
So
a few.
Command Iron Hand to close the distance. And I will have him roll. But he's maybe just a little rusty because he's only rolling a 10 to hit.
Gotcha. Yeah, the cold is making his hinges squeak a little as he's moving. He was actually sitting on the back of the cart for the longest time, and so now he's, trying to loosen that up. But as it does get closer, the tick that it runs towards does kind of rear up in kind of an annoyed defensive stance. Anything else?
That is it for Alfred and Iron Hand.
Okay. Iron Hand, by the way, is your steel defender as you are a tinkerer. How long have you had Iron Hand around?
Iron Hand has been with me for a long time. He was my final thesis back at the academy, and I worked alongside him when I was in the military in Baumgar.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right, good to know. Auntie Elsley, what are you doing?
I look back at the cart where my pretend Trieg is, and I yell, Troog! And I tell him and I use my action to move my silent image, and I have him come up in front of the two that are right in front of us.
Gotcha.
And it looks real. He just doesn't make any noise.
I'm going to use Sed's token for this.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
I was
Yeah,
just
she's
making a
gonna-
copy, but yeah, that works too.
Well, just so I know which one's which.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's just gonna get up there and get in like an aggressive stance in front of the two. And that'll be my action. And then for my bonus action, she pulls out a melted chocolate stir stick and flicks it towards the bottom of the two.
Okay.
And actually flicks it towards the one that's in front of Ironheart. And as a bonus action, it gets like splattered with chocolate across its face, and that's the cheek turning, so it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Ooh.
It stops and is like this weird kind of barbed hibiscus tongue comes out and kind of begins licking at it. It's obviously distracted by this delicious chocolate that is on its face. As it
You want
begins
some
its
more?
turn. All right. Are you going to stay where you are?
I'm actually gonna just scooch just behind, right here,
Okay.
within 5 feet of my buddy Trieg.
Now, just making sure, Trug is insubstantial,
An
correct?
illusion, yes.
Okay.
It's silent image. If they hit it, they'll know. Otherwise, because it'll just pass through. Otherwise, they have to make an intelligence check.
Gotcha. The top one is going to essentially rear up and go forward to attack it, missing, like it just stumbles through it, and ends up over here. It is going to try and continue that attack, but I'm going to give it disadvantage because it was trying to attack what was right in front of it, and now it's like just kind of stumbling around trying to carry through with that. So let's see. I have a feeling that's going to miss. Let me just double check. As it swipes at you, Trig, an 8 misses, correct? Yeah, essentially you just see it come through the illusion, and it's just biting at that jaw is chomping at thin air as it comes through the other side. And if anything, it just kind of like its arms land on you, and it looks maybe a little confused.
Right.
Meanwhile, this one also is going to try and bite at it, and once it does so, it realizes it is not tasty and kind of scuttles around to be over here, because this thing looks maybe tasty, which the lower one is about to find out. Has disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Also an 8. Does an 8 hit Iron Hand?
It does not.
I had a feeling. All right, so there's like the kind of screeching of claw on metal as maybe its claws just kind of inefficiently scrape against Iron Hand, but doesn't do any damage. And we're back to Trig.
Okay, so we didn't want any problems. We're just trying to deliver a horn and it's a harp. I'm sorry. We're trying to deliver a harp. So you know what? It is a horn.
No, I have a horn.
You have a horn. You have a horn. We're
French horn.
delivering a harp. We got a
Yes.
whole walk-in band here. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna do stop distracting me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use my Peace Domain ability. I'm gonna make an emboldening bond with my companions. We've done this before, so they know that if they stay within 30 feet of me now that I've cast it, there's like glowy energy that comes out as I call to them. Basically what's going to happen is for the next 10 minutes, if we stay within 30 feet of each other, everybody, me and them, can add a d4 to all attack and ability checks and saving throws.
Nice. And that's an action?
That's my action, and
Okay.
then I'm going to just stand my ground, and I'm going to take my mace and just kind of do this and try to not get hit by that weird, creepy, nasty thing that you said was kind of like a mosquito.
I mean, it's more like a tick, but like it's a bloodsucker.
A tick's even worse, Jeremy. I'm just going to say.
It's totally true. Totally true. They just don't fly. I actually read something recently. They found out that ticks do kind of fly. Like they have a...
Yeah, they glide. Yeah, it's kind
which
of
is
messed up.
terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Yeah.
These fortunately do not
I got
do
stories. Yeah. I got stories. Yeah.
that. Love it. All right. Well, that was Trig. So what is Alfred and Iron Hand doing?
I'm seeing this one up to the north get a little bit closer to Tree than I would really like. So I think I'm going to take aim at that guy and start shooting at him.
Just out of curiosity, no one has taken advantage of the
Not yet.
advantage from Guiding Bolt. Did that go away on your turn?
It's going to go away because of my turn again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was the case.
That's okay, though. It still looked really cool, I think. So,
And I'm remembering right that Trig has given us bless, so that's a D4 on the stuff we're doing.
yeah, I did it in
Emboldening bond.
Yeah,
Emboldening
So you only
bond.
get it on one attack per
yeah,
turn.
one thing
Emboldening
per
bond.
turn. But yeah, it's on it's a little bit more than bless, but you only can do it on certain things.
Can you do
Gotcha.
it on damage?
No, it's basically the D20 rolls.
Okay.
So you can use it on
Attacks,
ability checks,
Just double checking.
which is the difference.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So my first attack would be a 21 to hit,
Yeah, absolutely.
and that's coming in at 17 damage.
Ooh. Wow.
Excellent.
And I'm assuming that's still standing. So
That's actually the first time that one's been hit.
Yep. So will take another shot.
You're the click
And,
and whir of your.
Yeah, we are just cycling through our crossbow bolts just as fast as the reload mechanism can do that.
Nice.
So 13 to hit on the follow-up shot.
That just hits. Yep.
All right. And that comes in at 19 piercing damage.
Excellent. Triguez, you're standing there, and Elsley, you notice this. These two bolts just seem to like erupt from it. They just pound into it, and gook like just kind of sprays everywhere. That scent really washes over you. It's kind of an acrid, burns the hairs of your nose kind of smell. Anything else there?
I'm going to command Iron Hand to try to grapple that tick to the south that he was attacking before.
Sure.
If I'm rolling that correctly, that would be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, it tries to dodge out of the way and just is unable to get away from Iron Hand's grasp.
And then I would have him move to the northwest, so basically to right here, dragging that tick along with him.
Sure thing.
And that'll be us.
Okay. So then we have Auntie. What is Auntie doing?
Auntie sees that they're not looking at Trug anymore and is just like, well, bye, Trug. I'm gonna summon Candy. My mirthful fae.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use the spell cast Summon Fae to summon Candy, my mirthful fae.
Excellent.
And it says they share my initiative and take their turn immediately after me. So I'll finish my turn after. She's gonna pop up right where Trug was, so the illusion vanishes, and there's just this little tiny, like, pixie-looking creature that's done in light purples and plum purples that just has, like, the brightest grin on their face, but their teeth are pink.
Nice. Is that natural, or are they stained that way?
I was gonna ask, yeah.
I never asked.
Fair enough. So
And we won't either. Yeah.
this is completely my fault. I meant to make you a token for her, and I forgot. So that
That's
is
okay.
going to be, if you want to move his head where she is.
Yes, she's just right here.
Okay, perfect.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna flick some chocolate at the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
A different one. So that one has disadvantage on its next attack.
Perfect. So what is the phase name?
Candy.
Candy, right. So Candy lands on the snow and she's like, "What the heck? Why did you just oh, what is that? What are you doing? What am I even doing here?" And
You
there's-
like to spread violence.
I spread cheer, you spread violence, we make a great team.
Yeah, you know I don't really hurt people. That's not my thing. So I have you for that.
Does Candy get to go on your turn, or
She goes right after me.
Okay,
so
perfect. Well then,
They share my initiative and they're right after me.
what does Candy do?
Candy is going to first bonus action on the second one, the middle one of the three. Do her mirthful ability, which means that they have to do a wisdom saving throw where they become charmed by me and Candy.
They got
The
a
DC is
14.
16.
Okay, it
16.
fails.
So it's charmed by me and Candy for a minute or until they take damage.
Okay.
And then she's gonna attack the one, the top one, with her little short sword, but it's not a sword. It's like a little like the rock candy
Nice.
things. It's like a rock candy club.
Okay.
That's purple. And so she's gonna make an attack on that wonderful thing. That is a 25.
That will hit. Yep.
Cool. So let's see.
I swear, all your all's rolls today are crazy.
Oh, well,
We're
my
using them up
rolls
now.
my rolls for myself have been bad. My
That's
roll
fair.
for Candy was good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that is going to be 12 points of piercing and 4 points of force damage from the club candy.
Okay. Excellent.
And she's just
There's a crack as like a large piece of its stony carapace falls off. It's not looking very well. That
Into my
everything? Okay.
yes.
Well, that one is actually going to... It kind of burrows down into the snow, disengaging. You can still see where it is. But it disengages and runs away.
I hope
What was that? Sorry, it cut out.
you enjoy the chocolate.
Perfect. And the other two, I mean, the one is grappled by Iron Hand, so it's going to try and bite Iron Hand to get him to let him go. What is with the number 8 in my rolls today? That would be an 8 to hit Iron Hand.
That's not going to hit.
The top one is charmed by Candy and Auntie. It will, so it kind of like stops and is cooing a little bit, like it's making this like kind of deep trilling noise. As it looks,
It looks like she's about to get on top of it and ride it.
You notice that it has like several what you think are eyes that are kind of moving around on top of its carapace as it looks at Candy. Seems to be quite enamored with her presence. That will bring us back to Trieg.
Okay, yeah. So just to make sure, the one that's charmed is this one here.
Correct.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to attack the other one. I'm all about peace and keeping things nice and cool and cozy, but just bloodsuckers, it's scary business. I'm just gonna attack with my mace. I'm gonna move in there,
Okay.
and let me get the right thing here. I'm gonna move in there, right over to this guy, walk right around the companion here, and where's my attacks? Give me 1 second. Actions. There it is. Attack with my mace. It's a +5. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a 22. That's just on the die.
No, then it misses. Sorry.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks. Well, then that's it for my turn. My mace does 1d6 +2 bludgeoning, so it's going to be, oh wow, max 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Excellent.
Not very cool, man. Just leave us alone, okay?
It shrieks in Iron Hand's arms as you take a thwack at it, cracking part of its carapace. Anything else?
No, the way of peace just demands that I kind of I said my piece. Let's see what I did there, and I'm just gonna stay calm. I'm gonna relax for a minute. So I'm just gonna stand there, and I'm gonna wait for it to go run away like its friend did, because the friend was smarter than it. So I'm just gonna stand here.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's going to have a hard time running away because Iron Hand is holding it, but let's see what happens on Alfred and Iron Hand's turn. I am Iron Hand.
All right. So I think we're still thwacking away with our crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And I want to try to shoot at the one that is that's not being grappled currently.
Okay. So that one is being charmed, just so you know.
Oh, then thank you for the reminder. No,
Yeah.
we'll go for the one that's not being charmed. So that would be a 21 to hit
Absolutely.
and 19 points of piercing damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
I think that as that final crossbow bolt finds its mark, it just sort of goes limp and almost, maybe crushes or crumples within Iron Hand's grip, and it becomes apparent that this beast is no longer a threat.
Okay.
And with that, I think Alfred hesitates, aiming his crossbow at the charmed tick, but not firing.
Okay.
And similarly, I think that he'd instruct Iron Hand to hold and not take action to attack, unless that took a hostile action towards the party.
Okay. Excellent. Auntie.
Auntie's gonna turn to the charm bloodsucker. Just be like, it's not nice to attack people. I know that you need blood, to live, but you could just ask next time. And maybe some will give it to you. But I think it would really be in your best interest to run away. Just run away. And that's all she's gonna do.
Okay.
She's just gonna tell the charmed creature to run away.
Excellent. Do you speak to animals?
I do not, but I could do a persuasion check. I have advantage and expertise in persuasion. I have advantage for non-combative situations.
So why don't we do this? Just roll a straight roll, because I was going to give you disadvantage because you're not speaking the language, but with your hand gestures and body language, I'm going to give you the opportunity to try and convince this creature to go away peacefully.
I rolled 2, so it's 12.
Yeah, nice. Adding the 10 actually does help a lot, because it is charmed by you. It does. It some of its eyes kind of turn towards you, and some of the other ones turn towards the other living creatures in the area, and then they all look off into the forest, and it runs away. It does not disengage, so if anybody wanted to take an attack of opportunity, you could.
No, I'm okay. I'm fine with it running away. Like I said, I think that's the, discretion's the better part of valor and all that. So if it wants to be cool, we'll let it go.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if that's the case, we will step out of initiative, as there is one carcass of a stone tick laying there. The other two have fled into the forest. What do you do?
Well, that was
Candy,
pretty
you
weird.
want some hot chocolate?
Ooh.
Duh! I was actually just making some when you summoned me.
Yeah, well, you're here for another hour, so you can have some of mine.
Well, I think we should all stop and have some hot cocoa then. I want some of the hot cocoa with the steamed milk you were talking about and all that.
It's the only hot cocoa I have.
Oh, well, then even better. And he looks around. He's got like an old prospector's cup he holds out to get some cocoa in there. Yeah.
And you do notice that the sun is lowering in the sky. This might be a good place to camp if you choose to do so, although you're not sure if those stone ticks would think to come back. Do you want to continue on from here after your brief respite of having cocoa, or do you want to stay here?
I saw a number of tracks in this area. I'm not sure if it's the same safe place to rest. We could, but we might want to look around if that was going to be the case.
Okay.
Mind moving a little further, but we have to finish the hot cocoa first.
Oh yeah, that doesn't travel well, right? With the open
I mean,
lid?
it travels fine, but it is hot.
Yeah.
So if you spill it, it'll hurt.
Yeah, don't want
That's
that.
bad.
Don't want that. Yeah. So, are we
Are you gonna have some
stopping?
hot cocoa too, Alfred?
I'd love some.
Here you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I count my hot cocoa as my ability that allows me to give temporary hit points over a short rest?
Absolutely.
I love it.
So
So-
everybody could take 7 temporary hit points.
Oh
Nice.
snap! All right.
So
Thank
as
you
you
for that.
each sit around for the next hour or so and sip your hot cocoa, it's just so revitalizing. And you do notice that the Axebeak doesn't seem to be looking around in concern any longer. And looking at the tracks that you had noticed earlier, you do see how they kind of line up where with you noticed the ticks began their attack.
Oh, you also have advantage against being frightened until your long rest.
Oh,
Excellent.
nice.
All right, so are you staying here or are you going to continue on?
Well, if Alfred thinks it's not safe, I think we probably should press on a little bit. Let's move on to a place that's more secure so that we can rest easy.
All right.
Definitely some more hot cocoa when we're there, maybe.
Of course.
Yes.
So you
Hot
continue.
cocoa is like the only thing I drink.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot why you're always so all the time. Yeah. That's a good thing. I'm not making fun of you. You know, it's a good thing that you've got lots of pep in your step.
You gotta spread cheer, and to spread cheer, you need to be cheerful.
That's so true. All right, so I guess we'll move on then.
The best way to spread cheer is singing Candlelight songs for all to hear.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
There we go.
As we are about to set off, Candy says her goodbyes and goes back to her own hot chocolate.
Right?
Ah,
You actually
we'll
hear
see you
her
again.
You hear her muttering about how her hot chocolate is the powdered kind that she couldn't get.
Lazy.
So she's just like, "Oh, I got to go back home and get that crap." All right.
Lazy.
You head up the trail a bit longer and end up finding a spot. It's not quite as set up for caravans, but you're not a large group. And you pull off over to the side, making sure there aren't any tracks of these stone ticks or any signs of other creatures or people that might do you harm as you bed down for the evening. The night passes uneventfully, and you sleep well with hot cocoa filling your bellies. And the next day you're heading out. It's beginning to snow again. It's dreary and overcast, and about halfway through the day you notice that there's some smoke coming up in the horizon, like on the horizon of the hill, and you break through the tree line and see this small village ahead of you. It's obviously something that's being built. It's you see several houses that are just frames. There are some other buildings that are going up. You hear this kind of half-hearted thunking of hammers on nails, and you don't really notice any like the typical decorations that you would expect for Candlelight being tomorrow. Something just seems off about the town. What do you do?
Well, this isn't very cheerful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if there's like a central gathering place. There's usually always some kind of hall or bar or tavern or something.
Yeah.
It seems to be a central gathering place.
You actually notice as you're heading down that there seems to be a large building. Maybe it's going to be like the town hall or something like that, that's situated in what looks right now to be a clearing, but you can also see that they're digging out what might end up being a fountain at some point. And you notice that there are children like running around, playing, throwing snowballs at each other. Their spirit doesn't seem to be quite as diminished as a lot of the adults who are just kind of moving around through their day. You notice like some shopkeepers that have opened their like little bakeries or whatever, and they just have like normal loaves of bread out, all of the pastries you would expect to see for candlelight, and all of the like festive colors that should be decorating doorways and stuff, not really there. And you do notice there's definitely a distinct lack of the candles that should be set up by now. With, you know, again, it is tomorrow, and maybe they're just waiting for the last minute. What do you do?
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good at all. I mean, why are they... Hey, they're little kids. Hello. What's going on here?
You find a group of 3 kids. There's 2 girls and a boy, and they're playing. They're like throwing snowballs at each other. Right as you say that, one looks over at you and then gets plowed in the head with a snowball as you distracted him. He kind of.
Oh, it's
Oh,
okay.
no.
And I had prestidigitation it off. And
Thanks.
make him like nice and warm, like his cheeks nice and warm.
And the girl who threw the snowball and like pelted him in the face is like, oh,
Sure, you're
thanks.
fine. We just
Yeah.
have a couple questions.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, you're just kids having fun. Everything is okay. I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Oh, nice.
Kinda smooth it all
I'm just,
over.
they're not gonna do a save or anything against that. The boy definitely, like, his tears dry up and he kind of, okay, hey, you're new here.
Anyone here that I know
I-
recognize?
You have an axe beak. And about that time, you notice that the boy is Jeffrey, and he sees you over by the axe beak. Professor! Do you prefer Professor or Teacher or Alfred or Mister? Or
I think
Yes.
I think mostly Mr. Watt. I think that's
okay,
what I would go by.
Mr. Watt, what are you doing here?
We came to make a little bit of a candlelight delivery. Have you seen Maestro Bent recently?
Oh, yeah, he's in the. He's having like kind of a performance place built. It's just down the street.
Do you want Iron Hand to show you the axe beak? He can lift you up.
Yes. Do you want to like disconnect axe beak and like give them rides around?
I'm gonna turn to the little girl.
Okay. There's 2,
So-
but one of them,
Yes.
yes.
The one that threw the snowball at the kid. Right as we came up.
She looks a little guilty.
So. Oh, don't feel guilty. You were just having fun, and he's fine. So
The other one
I
says
have
she's a really
something-
good shot.
I have something that can help with that and make
What?
it like even more fun. Like elevate your snowball fun.
What?
And I like pull out 2 little toy slingshots.
Oh, nice.
And then you're like, and this is how you put rocks in the snowballs? No.
Oh, you don't put rocks in the snowballs. No.
This is a wrist
You
rocket.
can-
Here you go.
You can compact them enough that it's fine.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Look at how far it can go.
Oh, I could sit way over there and hit him. That's awesome.
Yeah, just no rocks. That's real dangerous.
They take the slingshots and run off, and you can see they start like making snowballs.
Nice. I feel like
Yeah.
this town is better already.
Obviously. They really could use some decorations.
Yeah, it's really kind of sad they don't have anything decorated here. I mean, did they
Maybe
not
after we
notice
talk to
candle?
Mace Show, I can work on that. I
Yeah.
always bring decorations.
And I can help. I got a really long reach. I'm like a globetrotter. I can just kind of reach way up there and.
Yeah, I could fly.
Oh yeah, that's true. You always got a one up. That's okay though.
Alfred, about this time, you notice this woman, Beth, who's Jeffrey's mom, steps out of what looks like it was probably like a woodworker's shop. She looks a little dejected, and as she looks over and sees Jeffrey, there's like a minute of like a moment of alertness, like she's concerned these strangers are talking to her children, but then she sees you and her face lights up. She heads over. She has kind of mousy brown hair that's in a down to her shoulders. She's wearing it kind of tied up. You can tell that she's been working on something, you know, that she also works in, not necessarily woodworking as far as building things like toys and chairs, but more like building houses and stuff. She's more of a carpenter in that style. And she comes over towards you, kind of dusting off some stray sawdust that's clinging to her. As she approaches you, she kind of smiles. Hello, Mr. Watt. I didn't realize you were coming up to visit.
Beth, good morning. I hope you're well. Yeah, Iron Hand here was just introducing Jeremy to our Axebeak. We ended up... Jeffrey, sorry.
Who's this Jeremy you're speaking of?
I don't know, but he sounds really cool.
It's his twin, obviously.
Right? Yeah, it's his brother.
My friend Trig here compelled me to go on an errand from Drothholm that brought me up to your city.
Oh, well, it's quite nice to see you. I was afraid that tomorrow was going to be such a downer with, you know, everything having disappeared, but, you know, now that you're here, hoping it'll be a much better day. She kind of
everything disappeared.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask the same thing. What do you mean disappeared?
Right. Oh, Trig, I've seen you around. You're a guard. What are you doing here?
Well, I came on the journey too. I wanted
Here?
to see... Yeah, I wanted to see the maestro performance and everything, so I wanted to make sure he got this. And I'm going to motion back towards our cart where the covered up harp is.
Oh, is that his harp?
Oh, yeah.
We were
brought it
all
up
wondering
here.
if it was going to arrive, and it should have been here a week ago.
Well, I don't know about that, but we got it here today. I mean, there was some big nasty boulder... what were they called again? Boulder ticks? One of those weird things.
Boulder bugs?
Boulder bugs? I was close.
I promise it was uneventful. Please don't get us in trouble with the Adventurers Guild.
Oh,
But why would we be in trouble?
you can trust me, Mr. Watt. You know Beth is, you know, a single mother. Her husband left town quite some time ago.
We should find some mistletoe around here. Do they have any mistletoe decorations around here?
You look around, you don't see any decorations, and she
Okay.
kind of
Oh, none
frowns.
at all.
She's like, actually, all of our decorations and all of the presents for the children, and even all of the feast for tomorrow, it disappeared this morning.
The presents too?
Eh?
Everything.
all?
I don't even.
No.
I'm not sure.
Like from
why.
everybody's houses?
From everybody's houses.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's awful. Who would do such a
Yeah,
thing?
that's not cool, man. Well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna get this harp
We're
over.
gonna solve this.
Yeah. We're gonna get this harp over to the maestro, and then we're gonna get right to the bottom of this because you guys need some crisp, candlelight cheer in here. I'm not sure what I almost said, but
Nobody messes with Auntie and Mama near Candlelight. That's just bad juju.
that is absolutely right. She's not wrong.
Beth looks at you. She's like, "Yeah, don't mention Chris around here." And then you remember her ex's name is Chris.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he ran off with his secretary. That was terrible. I forgot. That was.
Hey Beth, would you like some hot chocolate?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Here you go. It's the best hot chocolate in the world.
Oh.
It really is.
And she holds her hand out to shake yours. I bet.
Oh, Auntie Elsie.
Well, how did you come to be with these two? And she kind of...
Oh, well, I came to spread candlelight cheer and draw home And then I heard about this place, and I hadn't visited it, and I don't think Mama's visited it either. So I decided that I would come with them to deliver this so I could come here and spread cheer. I have...
Well, we could definitely use some cheer around here right now. You are more than
That's
welcome.
why we're starting with hot chocolate.
She smiles and takes a sip. Wow, that's the real stuff, not that powdered crap.
Yeah, powdered shit. Who does that?
And with that, why don't we take a break before we head off to find out what happened to all of the presents? Any questions before we go? All right.
We're finding some mistletoe, Alfred.
Find out Alfred's allergic.
Oh no!
Right. And then Beth is just like, it's okay, Mr. Watt. I'll take care of you. All right.
Oh my
We'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to caveat that and say that she wants outside. So whenever Libby allows me to come back, we'll be back.
That's how it goes.
All right. We'll be back shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Haven Candlelight. I took somebody's, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Raven mentioned that, should do an eggnog hot chocolate. So I did an oat nog hot chocolate.
Ooh,
It's freaking delightful.
nice. Yes, we all got hot cocoa and hot drinks.
Right?
Yep. I've got some Swiss Miss going over here too.
Excellent.
Not the marshmallow kind. I was a nice dad. I gave it to my 10-year-old.
Aww.
But I almost had it.
Well, why don't
mine just has marshmallows put in it. I just grabbed
that's
like
what
a
I
handful.
you and Jamie, my partner, would totally get along because she just is just like at least as much marshmallow as there is hot chocolate.
Oh, I always put a layer of marshmallows in before I pour the hot water in, and then I put more on top.
Nice.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
All right. Well, why don't we jump back in with Beth saying, "So, Mr. Watt, are you staying long, or do you think you'll be moving up here?"
I don't think so. We need to resume classes right after Candlelight.
They haven't found a teacher for the children here yet. They're currently untaught.
That's no good at all. We should talk about that sometime.
Yes, I think so too. Maybe over dinner?
Absolutely.
How about we focus on the presents first?
I tell you what, we're gonna find everything, and then we'll get to the bottom of that. Don't you worry.
Oh,
my friend Alfred, and I'm gonna kind of just hook him like they do. They hook the person to pull him off stage. I'm just gonna hook him with a big arm. Alfred and I, we gotta go talk to the maestro now.
Okay, well, dinner later.
Don't worry,
Ta-ta.
he'll be brought back safe and sound. Safe
yeah.
and sound, I promise.
We won't lose him for you, Beth. Don't worry.
You can count on Auntie Elsley.
Mm-hmm.
She's waving as you head down the snowy street. You come to a building that is just barely begun as far as being built. There's like kind of a frame up, but you can see that they're like kind of digging out what looks like it might be an amphitheater within it and setting up an area that would be, looks like they have some stone that they're moving in to be the stage. And Alfred, you do see Matthias, Maestro Matthias Bent, down there kind of directing people on where to move things. He doesn't seem quite as distraught as everyone else. He seems like he has something to do that is keeping him busy, and it's obviously something that he is passionate about, whereas even his workers seem like a little more disheartened, probably due to the disappearance of all of the Candlelight stuff.
Matthias, Maestro Bent, good morning.
Oh, Mr. Watt! What are you doing this far north?
We felt compelled to take over a delivery from some adventurers who are not quite up to the task. We have it for you right here in the back.
Did you bring my harp?
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry it's a week late, but we didn't know it was going to be late.
Well, no, that's fine. It's here in time for Candlelight. I appreciate it. If anything, having it here should help to improve the mood of the village.
Speaking of the mood, we want to fix that. We heard some stuff was stolen. Do you know any more about
Yes,
that?
strange doings. It's quite weird. Apparently all of the goods were taken last night. Like all of the goods for Candlelight, all of the candles, all of the food for the feast, all of the toys and presents, those wrapped, those unwrapped, all of the decorations. It's the strangest thing.
No sign of what happened beyond everything being
Not
gone?
a track to be found.
Did anybody see or hear anything? Was anybody up and about and doing stuff? And maybe they saw what happened?
Roll a D20 for me, Kevin.
Just a straight up D20?
Yeah, just let me know what you get.
second. I don't know a way to roll just a die in D&D Beyond, so I'm going to roll here. 16.
16. No one noticed anything. There were people that were preparing, but at some point, the village, we don't really... There were some guards that do their rounds, but they didn't notice anything untoward until they came back around and everything was gone.
I'm curious if insight would allow me to see if there's any hint of deception, anything that he's not telling us, or if
Absolutely.
he's being straight with us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for
why
it.
is he not dejected and distraught?
So that would be a 15 insight check from Alfred.
A 15. You feel like he's pretty legit. You don't see like his face slip off and there's like a Grinch underneath it or anything like that. You do notice that he seems maybe he's just very excited about what is going on with his amphitheater as well as the arrival of his harp. He also doesn't have children or family that he needed to like worry about. So really and having talked to him, you know that as much as a benefactor as he doesn't really like, I don't want to say he doesn't care about children, but he's like that one who just throws money at things to make it go away or be better. And like when he stopped at your school, he was like, oh, yes, children, that's wonderful. Oh, what is that sticking to your hand? Oh, please don't touch me. That kind of benefactor.
Do we set him up with Beth? Maybe it'll kind of...
He is quite old comparatively, but
Okay.
you never know.
Is
Well,
there any town leadership that we could talk to? Maybe somebody that might know more than you?
There are the founders. I don't know if anyone knows anything more than I do.
Of course, you're very well informed. But
I do try.
where could I find them?
That's a good question. If they're not in what will be the town hall, they might be in their homes, or they could be speaking with the guards.
so wait, you don't know...
Would you like some hot chocolate?
That does sound delightful. Do you have hot chocolate?
Here you go.
Where did you... All of ours was stolen. Where did you get this? Oh,
I
this is
made
the
it.
real stuff.
Yeah.
that
Who
powdery
deals
crap.
with that powdered shit?
So you can't find the people in charge of the town. Did they get stolen too, or what's going on here?
No, I don't keep
Probably in the
track of
town
them.
hall.
Okay, well. So let me ask you something, Maestro. I hope maybe you have people unloading this. If not, I can help you unload it real quick. You're gonna want your harp ready, right?
Oh, yes. You can leave it there for now. My workers will take care of it.
Okay, but what I wanted to ask you was, we saw some weird tracks on the way into town. Do you know anything about some big... Was there some merchants who came through here, or maybe some, I don't know, some people trading stuff, or maybe somebody in a big giant sleigh or something?
Oh, do you mean the tracks on the trail?
Yeah.
Oh no, the last delivery that was brought here was lumber for building the houses. That was likely 2, maybe 3 days ago.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm gonna go to the town hall and see if
yeah,
I can find some leadership.
for sure. I'm gonna unhook up our axe beak so the wagon can be here. We'll need a axe beak over a place. I'm not gonna talk to axe beak though, because Auntie likes to make sure that she does that and not me. So I'm gonna make sure.
I talk to Axe-Beak. I just wanted to know why. I don't.
Oh, okay.
You can
Oh,
talk to him.
All right then. Come on this way, axe beak.
It's better than when he talks to his toes.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we're working on that.
All right, so you
I,
head
just
to the...
I tie him up like where you would tie up horses and stuff, like a stable
Sure.
or something.
Yeah, it just like pecks it off and runs away. No, so you head towards the town hall. You do hear some construction going on inside. It does look like there are like some walls that are completed, or at least nearing that. So there's somewhat of an interior, as opposed to like the music hall is pretty much just a frame. And so you head inside, and the first thing you notice is there are workers just kind of everywhere, like moving in chairs and like kind of rearranging things and like the floor is complete in here. And there's a lot of interior design going on, as far as like putting up lighting where it needs to be and all of that. However, there is a woman with like a tight gray bun hair. She's probably not as old as the maestro, but she's a human in her upper years, and she seems to kind of be guiding everyone. She too is wearing like a work apron that has like a hammer stuck in it and some nails. Every so often she'll go over and help move something, but it seems like she's in charge here.
I'm gonna go over to her. Hello? You
Hello.
seem to be in charge.
Oh, hello. I don't think I know you. I'm Allison.
Oh.
Is there
Yes, I'm Auntie Elsie. Would you like some hot chocolate?
I don't really have time for hot chocolate right now. Is there
Take a sip. Just a
It's
sip.
really good. Yeah, you don't
I
want to miss
swear
out.
it'll energize you.
That's
Yeah.
that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
We heard you guys had some issues recently.
Which issues?
Candlelight.
Oh,
issues.
yes, all of our Candlelight stuff, all of our stuff has disappeared.
Yeah. Well, we're here to solve that because no one messes with Auntie and Mama. Nobody messes with Auntie.
You're
and
here to
Mama.
solve. How did you hear about it? It just happened this morning. How did you hear about this? Where did you come from?
We brought a harp from Drop Home. And then we heard about your issues, and I'm very into Candlelight and preserving Candlelight, so we're gonna fix this.
Oh, so you're from the Adventuring Guild, and you brought the harp finally.
No. The Adventuring Guild quit because they're awful. They're a bunch of quitters.
Yeah, they really suck, and luckily we're here.
But
Well,
I heard about this
however-
fantastic new town, and I wanted to bring some toys for the children anyways, so we decided to deliver the harp. But then I heard a bunch of your stuff got stolen, and I'm like, we're gonna fix that, because no one messes with Mama and Auntie.
Mm,
This is delivery and investigation. It's legally distinct from adventuring.
when my man is right, my man is right. What can I say?
She kind of like eyes you for a moment. The guild doesn't reach as far. I'm not too worried about it. I guess you want to help out. That's great. It's definitely better than being underfoot while we're trying to do all of this. So, what can I do for you?
Maybe you could direct us to somebody that may have heard something strange happening in the last couple days, or maybe just knows maybe a tiny thing that just maybe isn't enough for you to investigate, but we could check out. Just something that might give us a little bit of a heading.
Yeah, so everyone that's been spoken to doesn't have any clue as far as where it went. There aren't any tracks, any signs of where they went. I did notice the other day there were. Okay, I don't want you to think that I'm just being paranoid, but being up
Paranoid
here
is great right now.
Mhm.
I mean, being up here in this frontier, we kind of need to be on the watch, right? And I just little things, I noticed them, and there was a horde of squirrels.
Horde?
Yeah, it was like a veritable army of squirrels, and it's not what I was expecting, not being this close to Umsh's territory, but I swear they were watching us. No one wants to believe me, but I saw it.
Where were the squirrels?
Off west from here. It wasn't even very far out of town. I was just going. There's a stock of lumber that is over there that we were moving down, and as we were moving it, I noticed, I mean, there were dozens of them. I thought maybe they were upset that we were chopping down some of the trees, but there couldn't be that many squirrels in these trees.
Well, let me tell you
They're
what,
normally
Allison.
friendly.
Let me tell you, from where I come from, squirrels are no joke, okay? So we will be careful and we will be vigilant, but we're gonna see what happened, okay? You said it's to the west. There's some logs and stuff there, some timber.
We've moved it down since then. She gestures
yeah.
around. But yes, it was
Oh.
west from the village.
Okay. Is there like a way we would recognize it?
Children saw anything.
I don't think so. None of them have. They've all been thoroughly questioned. Under penalty of no dessert.
Oh,
Well, that's an awful way to get answers from kids.
I don't know. It depends on where you go, from what I hear.
If you head out that direction, they are. There should be signs of where the lumber stack was.
Yeah, we'll do that, right? We'll take care of it. Because we want to make sure, like our friend said, we want to make sure that Candlelight goes off without a hitch here. It's very important that Alfred gets to go to your Candlelight party with Beth.
She looks at Alfred and smirks. Oh yes, I've met
Well.
Beth. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
I would not be surprised if you were betrothed by the end of Candlelight.
Is she from that weird town called Chicago,
Congratulations.
where they do weird stuff?
What was that, Carly?
Oh, I just said congratulations.
Oh.
That was way funnier than the Hayes joke I made. All right, so let's go.
All right, are you heading out west? Is that the plan?
Yeah,
I mean,
although if I see any kids on our way out there, I'm gonna stop them.
Okay.
Yeah, because kids know stuff. People don't give enough credit.
And kids don't like to talk to their parents.
That's true too.
Why don't you roll a d20 for me, Carly?
Okay.
Nice.
That's a 2.
A 2.
Oh,
On your way out, you don't see any other groups of children, like, excuse me, that was sudden. Other children playing or anything like that. But you do find where they were looking, or where Allison had seen this horde of squirrels.
okay.
I'm gonna turn to Alfred and be like, "You're really good at spotting things," and I'm just gonna give him a little tap on the shoulder and
Nice.
it has some guidance. I mean, I'll help you too, but your eyes are better than mine.
Alfred, do you want to do an investigation?
Sure, I will.
Can you do it with advantage and guidance? Because I'm helping.
Are Trig and Auntie helping with all of this?
I'm
Yeah, I'll help
helping.
look around as best I can. Maybe move some logs if he's got to get underneath there and look around or something. You know.
Absolutely. Roll with advantage then, Alfred.
All right, that would be, oh wow, a 25.
A 25.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, so you get up there and you notice there has been some snowfall since this pile of lumber has been removed. Reminds you a lot of the areas that you were in on your travels up here, where obviously something had been here and has been filled in with snow, but it's not as much snow as the surrounding area. And you do notice that not far off, there is an area that at one time the snow had been trampled down by probably dozens of little feet. And since then, it has been snowed on. However, it's still recognizable as there was definitely something there.
Any signs of dragging or like the feet going further into the snow than the soil than could be accounted for just by their body weight?
Right. So not here, but you do notice that they come in from the west and then go back out towards the west.
It's a swarm keeper with a swarm of squirrels.
Oh,
swarm
man.
of squirrels.
Should we
I think we
try
should
to follow
look
the tracks back from where they came from?
I think we should. I don't see drag marks, but if we're talking about hordes of squirrels, we could well be talking about magic.
Well, in squirrels, they can take to the trees. It's really scary. Have you ever seen them coming down from the trees and attack? When squirrels attack, man, it's something you don't want to be around.
Did something happen when you were young with squirrels?
I won't talk about
Because
it.
my experiences with squirrels have been very nice. They're very friendly and fluffy.
Look, peace is a way of life. Peace is a way to be nice to each other. And squirrels sometimes, well, some people, some things, some creatures just want to watch the world burn, you know?
Just want to watch the world.
Huh.
All right, so
I
you're
think
gonna
we
follow.
need to have a further discussion over hot chocolate about your squirrel.
Oh, the prospector mug comes back out.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
It's weird because
Yeah,
it's
I know
always
you-
it's always fresh. It's always warm.
Hey,
like
I'm here for
warm
I
enough.
got prestidigitation. I can
Right.
make things always
Hell
just
yeah.
the right temperature.
Hell yeah.
It
Yeah, that's
seems
all.
like magic.
I'm gonna go and tap Alfred again. Be like, "You're doing a really good job, honey." You have
So
guidance
inspiring,
again.
right? So as you look off towards the west, you notice that the tracks head that direction. As far as you can see, do you want to follow those?
I do.
Okay.
I'd like to help follow because I got a really good survival. I got proficiency, so I have a +7.
So
I
I mean,
all that. I'm good at talking.
for right now, like knowing what you're looking at, it's pretty easy to spot. Like it looks like dozens of some small creature had moved through here, and so there's like a fairly decent imprint in the snow that's been covered up by other snow, but like I said, knowing what you're looking at, it's easy to follow. And then what is your survival, your passive there, Trieg?
Oh, so it's basically just 10 plus my bonus?
Yeah,
17.
17. As you're following these tracks, it becomes suddenly apparent that there are more tracks going in the same direction, and they do seem to be there are drag marks of stuff through the snow. They weren't there, and then they started, like something had caused them to be covered up until this point.
The squirrels, they usually march single file to hide their numbers, but here I can see what they did was they were disguising. They were probably going behind them, and they were...
Where did you
Lower
learn
the-
about squirrels? Because this
Look, I'm from the
is
frontier.
completely false.
I'm from the frontier, and I have seen some things that would harrow your very soul, okay?
Did you
Squirrels-
cross a druid?
Not a druid.
A
not
swarm druid.
Just squirrels, man. Squirrels.
And with that 17, just passively, you notice that there are other tracks that aren't squirrels. There are and these are fresher. These are not covered in snow. They're just that much more obvious. There are what look like probably a medium-sized cat of some kind. There are some probably like raccoon and other forest creatures, and they all appear to be dragging things, some heavier than others, but there's every so often you'll notice like crumbs or bits of food that have fallen off, sprinkles, maybe a bow. Definitely signs of what you're likely looking for being drugged this direction.
I think we're on the right track. I just hope they haven't eaten too much. We might need to do some baking.
Oh, I'm good at baking. But do we, this seems like a lot of animals behaving abnormally. Do we want to be quiet? Is that a thing that we want to
I think
do?
I think stealth would be pretty helpful. Yeah. But I tell you what, I hope they have eaten, because that will slake their bloodlust to keep them away from us.
I'll do my best, but Iron Hand and I are not quite built for subtlety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
have
I
disadvantage
could
on that.
help.
Oh, what do
I
you
could
got
help.
for it?
I could help 2 people.
Well, I've got really bad stealth too. So I'm really big and awkward and gangly, as we established in chat, and I've got armor that gives me disadvantage on stealth checks. So
Excellent.
So probably you. What about between you and Ironheart?
I'm
So
probably the
probably
noisier
you.
one.
Did you oil Iron Hand up from his squeaking while you were in town?
I think so. We needed to get that rust taken care of.
Okay.
Okay. So, I think what I could do is I can make the 2 of you invisible, and that should help, right?
Couldn't hurt.
that sounds really fun. I'd like to try that.
Just remember, they could still hear you. So,
Hmm.
you still have to try to be quiet.
Okay. Okay.
But they can't see you, so it's helpful.
Nice.
So I'm gonna cast invisibility at 3rd level on
Okay.
the 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody stay close, as I'm going to do my emboldening bond once more.
Oh,
so it's
nice.
going to be every attack roll, ability check, or saving throw for the next 10 minutes. You can add a d4 once per turn.
Awesome.
Excellent. All right, so you continuing on then, sneakily as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone, including Iron Hand, go ahead and roll a stealth check and let me know what you get.
Oh, great.
Excuse me.
Does this automatically give me disadvantage, I wonder?
You should have a straight roll now, because you're invisible. You get advantage on stealth checks when you're invisible.
Oh, it was almost a 19. It could go to a natural 1, giving me a net of 0.
Well, I've
At
got
least
you
you're
beat.
invisible.
I got a 3, so I've definitely got you beat.
Stop, crunch, crunch.
Right? It's just all the metal. There's just like metal, and there's like the whatever you
Toenails.
You
Right.
can't see us, but you can see a bunch of invisible footprints going
Right.
through the, through the snow, and there's just crunch, crunch, crunch. Definitely no
Yeah,
invisible monsters in this area.
I'm getting rid of the footprints with prestidigitation.
You're just following
It's
them. What?
Well, I'm
what?
flying. I'm flying, so I
Oh,
can do
totally
that.
fair. Nice. What did you, Auntie? What did you get?
I got a 14.
14.
Nice.
And what did Iron Hand get?
Iron Hand get.
Oh, I need to roll for him. Give me a moment.
Sure.
Nat 20, no.
Right.
Let's see. 19 actually. He's doing pretty good. The oil must have taken.
Okay.
Nice.
So, as the group moves forward, you notice that you're entering into a thicker area of trees. You've been kind of going through some open fields and stuff, or large clearings, and you're moving now between some pretty dense forest. And you can hear, birds singing, and off in the distance you'll hear like the call of some kind of animal. You're not really sure what that noise is, as far as what animal it is, but you're pretty confident it is like maybe an elk or something. And then the forest just goes silent. Like all of those noises stop. There's a little bit of breeze that you hear, but otherwise everything is quiet. And up ahead you do hear maybe the jingling of bells. Very faint, not in any kind of rhythmic way, but definitely something.
I'm gonna sneak closer.
Okay. as you wing your way through the trees, you notice before you enter it, there is a very large clearing up ahead. And even from where you are, you can see that there are presents wrapped and unwrapped spread across this clearing. There is like a tree near the center that has decorations hung from it. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a 2.
A 2.
Oh, wow.
That's what you notice.
Oh. I like it. I'm gonna come back to my 2 invisible people and the robot.
Okay.
So
Is it
there's
squirrels?
Well, I didn't see any squirrels, but there's a big tree with stuff all over it and presents. I'm not sure I don't like it.
Did you see the
So-
thief? Did you see who stole the stuff?
Maybe one of you could get closer, because, they can't see you.
Okay.
So,
Give me a treat.
yeah.
Oh, I get volunteered? Okay. I'll try to stealth up there. It's going to be great. Door.
I said you and me. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Or even better. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Are you going to try and be quiet?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
It tries the keyword.
I'm gonna try and make, like, using prestidigitation, make the sound of, like, wind through the trees to try and cover up any noises they might make.
That's
Perfect.
so good. 13.
Okay.
Can I use my my emboldening bond for this?
Yeah, it's an ability
Mhm.
check. Skill. Yeah.
Yeah, you can use.
So that gets me a whole 10 on my stealth check.
Okay.
Disadvantage is a
We-
hell of a thing.
We got this.
So the two of you.
Well, you have a straight roll because you have advantage because
Yeah.
you're invisible.
Right.
Oh, if I had a straight roll, my first roll would have actually been a 23.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh, let's go.
There
That's
you
a lot better.
go.
So the two of you move up in the snow, leaving footprints behind, but otherwise being fairly quiet. Alfred, you do every so often hear Trig, like the cracking of his armor, or like the sound of his toenails on rocks under the snow. But you
Really
do
heavy
notice,
breathing.
yeah, really heavy breathing. But you do get up to the edge of this clearing. You're behind some trees. You would have your footprints would have cover as far as being seen, and you do notice this clearing that's full of the snow is kind of disturbed, as though many footprints have been pushed down into it, and there are presents just littered around. There are decorations hanging from the trees. You do notice there are some stacks of food.
Does this
And-
look more like a loot pile or more like someone is setting up a celebration?
Okay, so do two things. One, roll an insight for that, and two, both of you roll perception checks.
Perception.
Insight roll's not great at a 4.
Okay.
Perception a little bit better with a 13.
And I have
will.
a perception of 12.
Okay. I will give you that nothing except for the foods are really piled. They're more like scattered about. So it's not necessarily a loot pile, but as far as setting it up for a celebration, it seems a little haphazard. It's hard to tell. And that's what you'd both see.
Okay. If I understand the invisibility right, if I can do something, but if I attack, they'll see us. So I'm gonna try something, and you'll notice, Alfred, that some of the snow next to where you're at starts looking like somebody's making a snowball out of it. And then the snowball gets picked up and it disappears, and then you see it get tossed. Jeremy, I'm just going to throw a snowball just into the middle, not trying to hit anybody,
Yeah.
just trying to see what happens if anyone reacts, if squirrels come in and try to murder it, anything like that.
Right.
God, just...
So
Make a-
just chuck it in.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics. Yep. 12.
Okay. I mean, it's a snowball. You lob it fairly decently. Doesn't quite reach the tree. Hits the ground and kind of like explodes. The snow is pretty, powdery, and so it doesn't like stick very well. But no like hordes of squirrels swoop in on it.
Do we want to get Auntie and all go up in there and investigate it?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Start creeping back towards where Auntie Elsley is. I'm not sure how much longer we have on the spell, but
It lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a
go.
sightseeing trip then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk around. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also, yeah. So we found everything up there. There doesn't seem anybody paying attention because I threw a snowball in there to get their attention. Nobody reacted. So, do we want to go in and try to find out what's going on? Maybe the person left, or maybe there's something else going on. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I sent you guys to go because you guys could cross the area without being seen. I get in the clearing and I'm just me.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
I can stay back here and provide a little bit of cover so your footprints don't get seen and things like that. But, I mean, I'll be seen the second I go in there.
We're never going to clear all of this out and take it back to the village without being seen. Either somebody's here watching us.
Yeah, but I'd rather
not.
get you guys up close. So if there's anything, the
And
most we can figure out without being noticed, the best.
I'm
I
just
think
saying,
Oh, good.
either this clearing is abandoned or it's not. We need to find out if it's not abandoned.
I agree.
I think the last little bit of their conversation, Trieg actually didn't hear because as soon as Auntie Elsley was like, "Yeah, you guys go back in there," he turned around and went back in there.
Okay.
So.
And I think Alfred's slow to recognize that because we're both still invisible.
Right.
But once I notice the clank, oh shoot, back with him.
The heavy breathing has faded. All right, so you're a little behind. You're a little behind Trieg as Trieg enters into this clearing. Where are you going, Trieg?
I'm gonna go right into. Now I know we have a map, but the player, people at home might not see it. But there's like a tree right in the middle, like a tree clumping in the middle. Looks like.
Yeah, and like hanging from that is a lot of the decorations you would have expected to be in town, and you even see some like of the toys have been like stringed up and hung from the branches.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go right through there. Investigate
Okay.
it a little bit closer.
As you
Yes.
round the tree. Oh, go ahead. What was that?
I was gonna say with prestidigitation, I can have the like sound of the wind going for like an hour, and then I can still get rid of the footprints as they go because I can do up to 3 effects at a time.
Perfect. Okay. So
Nice.
Trieg, as you kind of like go around the tree, like you're getting closer to it and angling off to one side, you realize that the far side of the clearing, there are trees over there, and they're a bit higher up. It was hard to see from where you were, but they're a bit higher up because there's like a hill. And in the side of that hill is a cave mouth. You don't see anything in it. It does look like the outer area of it is stamped down as though something has been moving in and out of it. But from here, from where you are, it's difficult to see any details beyond that. But you do recognize that is there.
Alfred.
Trieg.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you see that cave mouth over there to the northwest? Do you see that?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna go there and see what's going on.
Right behind you.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak up to it.
Okay. Do you want to keep the rolls you had, or do you want to re-roll your rolls?
I'm gonna re-roll it.
Okay.
Because it's always better when you roll.
All right.
That's
Both
a
of you-
6.
Did you say a 6?
6.
Nice. Alfred?
Sure, I can reroll.
Here's where it
14.
goes.
14. Okay. So, as you get closer, Alfred, you notice the sound of Krieg's toenails like beginning to like drag on the ground as he's trying to sneak, and this like scraping noise doesn't echo off the far wall, but it was loud enough. And from inside the cave, you hear a rumbling noise.
I stopped dead in my tracks. I'm expecting a giant squirrel, or even just a squirrel. So I'm instantly on alert, like my mace is out.
Can I see into the cave?
Who's out there? Hello?
Do I hear that?
Yeah,
Everyone hears that. And you hear some like pretty solid footsteps getting louder as they appear to be coming towards the cave mouth
Okay, I'm gonna fly out.
of the tree line.
Yep.
Okay.
And pretend like it's me because they're
Okay.
invisible. So
Perfect.
I'm gonna fly out and be like, "Hi, I'm Auntie Elsie. I'm just here to try and spread some candlelight cheer. I followed a bunch of footsteps here. So, what's your name?"
Excellent. So as you fly out and you see this cave mouth, a shadow deeper in becomes lit up by the reflections of the snow, and you see a very tall humanoid-like being with 4 arms. It's wearing some leather armors, has like some decorations hung from the armor, a couple that have been like draped over its bald head, like it's wearing like a wig of like streamers and such. Its legs are these massive, almost like tree trunks. As it steps down, you notice that its feet are actually very wide and splayed. It seems to almost have like these toe-like appendages or digits, I guess, that come out of each direction. And it like squints at you and kind of like holds one of its hands up in front of its face, fighting off the snow blindness as it comes out into the light.
So, what's your name? Are these all yours? Would you like some hot chocolate?
we've got plenty of candlelight cheer. So you can go away.
It seems a little haphazard, to be honest. And I swear my hot chocolate is the best. You've never tasted anything like it.
It really is the best.
Who's that?
Oh, that's just my fun metal man right here. See this guy? Right here?
Oh. You two should probably take off.
Why? Do you not want to make friends? Hot chocolate is the best way to make friends. And
No,
friends are the best.
I've got plenty of friends, thank you though. And I really don't
Can I
like
meet
being
them?
friends with your kind.
My kind? What's
Yeah,
that
you
mean?
crossers. The world just hasn't been the same since you crossers showed up.
Right. Well, I swear, I will leave as soon as you just taste my hot chocolate. Everybody's got to taste my hot chocolate. My hot chocolate is amazing.
Now that his eyes have adjusted, he does like look around. His eyes skim over the footprints made by your friends. Doesn't really notice anything and steps
The
out.
footprints I got rid of.
Well, I mean, they're standing there right now. You can't like
Yeah,
get
yeah.
rid of underneath them. But the area is pretty packed down anyway, so what they are making isn't that obvious. And he like steps towards you. Just sounds like thunder walking. And like reaches down with a very large hand and takes your little cup of hot chocolate.
All right, thank you. You can leave now.
Drink it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So where did you get all these gifts from? I usually make my own gifts. Did you make all of these? If you did, that's like really impressive.
No, I didn't make them. I have friends who got them.
Oh, did they buy
Yeah.
them? Like from a really awesome toy baker?
Something like that.
Could I see one of them? I love comparing techniques. I'm always looking to learn more.
He kind of like rights himself because he's been like leaning over to talk to you a little bit and like to take your
I'll
cup of
fly
hot
up
chocolate.
to eye level. I'll fly up to eye level so he doesn't have to lean over.
And with all four arms, he like gestures out towards the clearing. What do you do?
So I can look at one?
Do you look around?
Yeah.
You notice that at the edge of the clearing, in all of the trees and on the ground and even flying above, there are just dozens and dozens of squirrels, wildcats, birds, bears. Oh, so you cut out. What was that? I can read your lips. You said, "Are these your friends?" But your audio's not coming through. That's so weird.
Oh.
Yes, these are my friends.
Oh. I don't think they got your stuff from the store. You know that there's a bunch of children down in the town not too far from here that are kind of really sad. Somebody came in and like stole all of their stuff. And that's like really bad. That's like totally not in the Candlelight spirit at all. Who would undermine Mama Esfie like that?
He like steps forward so that you're like right here. As you're just like flitting there in the air.
Like the size of his head.
Right.
Yeah, it really does suck to have your things taken by other people.
Oh no, did someone take something from you? I
And
can
he
help
just
you find
glares.
it.
Go ahead and make me
Help me
a.
find it.
You could do a history or arcana check.
Okay, both of those are not great.
And actually, Trig and Alfred, you can also do this. You just wouldn't be able to say anything without giving yourself away.
I know nothing. I rolled a 4.
I know nothing.
My rolls are terrible for that, but I'll roll a history, sure.
Okay.
Alfred getting a 16 on his history.
Okay.
Not one for one.
So let's take a moment with Alfred here. Because Alfred has never seen a Trigrim before, this is you do know, you've heard horror stories from fellow soldiers who served in like battalions that have fought against Umsh's forces, essentially, like when they send raids out. Most of their Trigrims are gone now, but they were like created long ago. They haven't created any more Trigrims, but uses them. They're essentially living siege, like war machines. So when it walks out, there's a moment where you kind of have to like control your bladder because you're just like, oh, well, that's bad. But then it's like just talking, but you definitely get the implications that it's putting forth that if this is one of, obviously it is one of Umsh's creatures, Umsh is not a fan of people from the crossing, and if you don't recall, now that you think about it, seeing anyone in the town that were like indigenous folk from the world long ago, depending on how Umsh is feeling right now, this could be a very volatile situation if they sent this creature. But you're just getting this weird vibe from this tree grim. Like, he's not quite like as violent as you were expecting for seeing your first one. So I'll just throw that out there. I don't know what you want to do with that.
I think Alfred probably wants to speak. I don't know if I can end the invisibility spell, but
so I don't.
I mean, you could speak.
Right.
Right. I think Alfred says, it's unusual to see a Trigrim with such a festive spirit. I'm really curious why you gathered all of these gifts instead of doing something else.
Now who's that?
Well, that's still him. He can throw his voice really well.
That's a different voice, though.
Oh, yeah. Look, I can do a different voice. Hi, I'm Auntie Elsley.
Owsley, please let the Trigrim see me.
I can't do that.
Hey, like, we're not here to cause any problems, okay? We just came to find out why you took all the stuff and why
Yeah.
there's, if you want to celebrate, that's cool. You know, people in the town, they're cool. They're friends with ours, kind of. I mean, Beth is definitely our friend. And I know they'd accept you if you went there with us. You wanted to party down.
I really wanted to find out what got stolen from him, and you guys just interrupted our lovely conversation.
Sorry. He just seemed like such a nice, cool guy that I wanted to talk to him, you know?
You know, I'm getting the feeling that isn't that metal person talking.
Oh no, he's really good at it.
Deception check?
Sure. I'll roll a deception check. That's an 18.
Well, so I got a 17 on the die, but one moment.
-5, no.
Right? I keep calling him Tree Grim. He's a Thunder Grim. What am I thinking? So that would be an 18. There's a confused look on his face. He can't quite tell whether he wants to believe you or not.
Oh, well, him with multiple personalities so that the conversation would never get boring.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I travel alone a lot, so it's helpful to have different kinds of people to talk to.
I was alone for a long time, too. I know how that is.
Until you found your friends, right?
Well, yeah, you know, Crumb introduced me to... I mean, I met them when I was traveling this way, and they've been, you know, helping me to stay hidden from you crossers and stuff.
Oh, so did that other guy that introduced you to your friends, is he the one that told you to take the stuff from the town?
Well, I mean, there was no other person, and no one told me to take anything. It was,
Were you just feeling left out? Were you-
Well, maybe a little bit, but, that's not really the point here. Like, you're trespassing. That's really the point. You should take your metal friend that has multiple voices and go back to your Closer village.
Oh, from there, I travel kind of permanently, spreading cheer. Is there anything that you've wanted, that you've, like, always wanted?
Yeah, like if you were to write a secret message to a person who lives up in the northern part of the world and say, "Hey, I really like your style and I really want to get some cool toys," like what would you say?
Southern part of the world, but yeah.
Southern part of the world. What would you want? I mean, like, what would you ask for them?
He really starts thinking heavy on that one.
But you're not saying you don't want hot chocolate, though.
Well, I got some. Do you want some more?
Yeah. We got tons of hot cocoa back in the town. You can come hang out with us. Bring all this stuff back.
Well, no, because then we'd leave Crumb.
Who?
No, it's just really weird to show up with a bunch of squirrels and cats and stuff. People don't tend to like that.
Well, I didn't say you should bring the squirrels.
The gifts. If you bring the gifts and the food and stuff, then I'm sure they'd be more than happy to see.
Yeah, man.
Alfred, what are you doing?
I think you underestimate just how welcomed you might be.
Well, that might be the case, but not everyone can leave here to go there to be a part of the celebration, and that's not their fault. They can't go there.
Are you stuck?
Maybe we can help with that.
Yeah, are you stuck here, man?
Well, no, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, there's, what if someone couldn't leave here? They can't really go to this village because it's over there. Do you get that? So we brought the presents and decorations here for them.
They stuck here?
Well, yeah, not like it's a bad thing, but this is like their home.
They can't even visit.
No, they couldn't really visit.
What if we...
What if we brought the party here, and then they could leave with their stuff, but then everybody gets to have a good time?
Dude, that's the best. You get to have a really cool jam, and then you don't have to do any of the cleanup. That's like the best thing ever.
Wait, so like they'd come here and they'd get their presents, but they'd like have their festival here, and then they'd take their presents and go?
Sure.
Yeah.
What about all the trash?
Well, we could clean up.
Because
you can cast prestidigitation, dude.
I mean, I don't know what that is, and I didn't want to have to clean everything up, but I mean,
He gestures out at, like, all the animals.
I've got help.
I can clean. I'm really good at cleaning up. Leave no trace and all of that.
Trig, you're the one who has the higher passive, correct? Perception?
Yeah.
Passive perception, is 14.
Okay. As you're kind of facing towards this Thundergrim and Auntie, and so in your peripheral you can see the tree that's in the center, and there's some movement in the tree that catches your eye.
Is it squirrels?
It is squirrels. No, it's not squirrels. There's actually no animals in the tree.
Am I still invisible?
You are.
Okay. While they're talking then, I'm gonna just walk over there and see what's going on. I still have my mace.
Okay.
In case a squirrel does show up, I got my mace. And I'm just gonna go up there real cautiously, just go investigate, see what's going on.
Well, as you move closer, you notice that where you saw movement, there's a diminutive girl. Kind of snow white skin, some burnt orange hair, very large horns kind of arcing back and sticking up, wearing what looks like an outfit made of like wrapping paper and all of the stuff that looks like it's been kind of torn apart and scattered about, the presents that aren't closed still. And she's just like staring at what's going on. And every so often you see her like giggle and like cover her mouth.
Hey there.
Oh, crap.
And she steps back and like disappears into the tree.
Hey, don't be afraid. We're here. We're cool.
In front of you, she steps out.
There's no one who's afraid here. You just shouldn't have like snuck up on me like that.
And you notice she's looking at you.
Oh, can you see me?
Well, yeah, I can see you.
Okay, that's really cool because it's really weird having a conversation when I'm invisible. My friend had
Were
to
you
tell
trying to hide?
No, we were. I'm not trying to hide now. And Jeremy, that voice thing is so trippy. It sounds exactly like what it is. It's so funny. Sorry to break the moment there. Sorry. Yeah, no, I was trying to hide because we thought maybe something scary was here. But now we've met your friend. He doesn't seem scary at all. You don't seem scary at all. We're trying to see if he wants to have a party. You guys want to party down?
Well, I mean, I would, if I were on the receiving end of Staunch's, fist, I would be scared. So you should really probably be careful. But, yeah, I was trying to figure out why you were trying to be all, like, sneaky like that when it was obvious I could see you. But no, that makes sense, because I can see you, but you're just supposed to be invisible, right? Okay. What?
Do you want... Okay. Do you want... All right.
By this point, the rest of you have definitely noticed this conversation going on.
Yeah.
And the Titan Grim is like, looks a little dejected, like he obviously failed in keeping this person from being seen.
Oh, are you sad? Do you want some hot chocolate? More hot chocolate?
Yes, please.
And he
Here
holds
you
up
go.
that cup.
My prospector mug comes back.
And pour some on his too.
Hey, tree girl, do you want some? I'm sorry. What is your name? I don't want to be rude and call you a tree girl. That's really disrespectful.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. I am a tree girl, but my name's Krim. Don't be mad at Scott. He just was trying to help me out because I don't get to go away from here because the tree and me and I can only go about that far, and that's great and everything when there's things going on around here, but so the animals are pretty much the only ones who visit me anymore. I mean, she moved into the cave, and that's great. It's like having a neighbor that can actually go and visit everything. It's really kind of neat, but there was no one to bring decorations, and I don't really mind your crossers. You're pretty much normal, nice people. It's all right when you pass this way, and I don't really want you cutting down my trees and everything, but it's usually all right.
Well, we got nothing to do with cutting down the trees. Hey, listen, my friend Auntie Elsley, she's got a great idea. I don't know. Did you hear what she was saying to your friend? You say his name was Streeg. Is that what you said?
It's Dodge. His name's Dodge.
Dodge. I'm so sorry. I know names are really important. So sorry about that.
You have no idea.
She just smiles.
Yeah, he just kind of looks like what? Yeah, I just motioned for Auntie Elsley to keep going because
I heard something about
clearly more charismatic than me.
there was a party and they're gonna bring it up here and then they were gonna clean up after themselves and then I don't have to worry about the mess afterwards and no litter, which is great because you pack it in, pack it out, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, leave no trace. But yeah, I was thinking we could come have a nice little festival, Candlelight, up here so you could take part, but then they could have their stuff because they're a little sad right now because all their stuff just went missing and they didn't know what happened. And I don't think they meant to leave you out. I don't think they even knew that you were here. So I'm sure we could strike up a really cool deal where any festivities and parties that they have, not just Candlelight, they just come up here and celebrate with you. And this could be their party spot.
Yeah.
So, Trig, am I taking your your what you're saying as support, helping, so to speak, what Auntie is saying?
Oh, I certainly hope so. Yeah, I'm totally down for her bringing the party here. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
You know,
Then,
Tariq is a guy who he's about having the fun, having the party, and he loves this idea. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to support what she's saying. Absolutely.
okay. So Auntie, why don't you make a persuasion check at advantage?
Let's go. Can I cast anything first? Can I cast guidance?
Sure.
Does that mean I get to add 2d4s because I'm still emboldened?
Oh, no, it doesn't stack.
Well, that would have run after 10 minutes. I assume it's been 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So
I could just embolden us again. I'll just do that instead of casting the spell. Why not? Same thing.
Okay, that's a 27.
nice.
Yeah.
I have a plus 10 in persuasion, guys.
Oh yeah.
Krem, I mean, I wouldn't be averse to this if you wanted to.
Well, it's also okay with you because it's also your home. I want you to make sure you feel that way because it's your home, and I want people like going into your place and maybe making out or doing like weird things in your house. And we definitely have to put like a sock on your door or something. Make sure that people don't go in
We'll
there.
make a separate makeout place. We'll make sure there's a designated makeout place.
We definitely have to do that because my guy Alfred here, he's got a hot date. There's a lady there named Beth, and like.
Yeah, I totally know how it is. I mean, like, back in the day when the other people used to live here and they come in here and they use this clearing as kind of like their little, like, bacchanalia, making out and doing all the weird things and, like, the dancing and the nakedness and everything. And I don't want to be doing against that, but sometimes you're just like, I'm trying to sleep. It's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Completely.
Are
you know, I think you would really like Candy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's bring her on back. Can she come back for the party too?
Holy
Would
shit,
you like to
know
meet Candy? You know Candy? Candy's like my best bud. I bring her to like all of my fights because you know how she feels about violence.
I mean, that is part of why, she was kicked out of this area, but those people don't live here anymore. I just can't believe the Candy hasn't come back to see me since then. So you know her, you tell her that she better show up for this part.
Well, I could just bring her here right now.
You could. Oh my
summon
god,
Candy. Summon Candy.
So
Oh my god, Candy!
right. So as Candy and Grem like have their screaming girl moment, where they're like super excited to see each other.
Invisibility
Staunch,
does drop, so they're now visible.
Right. Staunch like looks at Krieg and Alfred.
I knew there was something fishy about that metal guy.
I'm sorry, I like my tricks.
Yeah.
So you promise that you're not gonna like cut her tree down or harm any
I
of
would
the animals?
never. Absolutely not. I am all about spreading cheer, and how do you spread cheer? By cutting trees down and killing animals.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'll make you a deal. You can absolutely have your festival here and you can get all of the gifts back, but you have to make more of that hot chocolate.
Absolutely. Here. Wait, do you have a bigger cup? Do you have your own cup?
I do, yeah. Let me run and I'll go get my cup.
That'll be more efficient.
So while this is all going on, Staunch heads back into his cave to get his cup. Trig is watching this interaction between Krem and Candy. Auntie is summoning or getting ready to summon a very large bowl worth of hot chocolate. What's Alfred doing? Alfred's been awfully quiet. Oh, you're muted.
You muted.
Perhaps that's why.
I think Elsley's pretty much taken care of it.
Okay. So why don't you all tell me what happens?
Oh, well, I for sure make a bunch of hot chocolate so they have some for that. I let Krim and Candy have their full hour and we just hang out and like hash out some details. And then Auntie Elsie's gonna go into town and let people know what the new Candlelight celebration is going to be here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I help Stodge decorate stuff. I help Stodge decorate stuff because I'm really tall, like he is, and my really long arms, we can hang stuff from the trees. So by the time everybody comes back from the town, probably on some sort of cool carriage that Alfred makes, we're gonna have everything in here looking really, really awesome. It's gonna be like the coolest candlelight party ever. There's candles everywhere. I'll even use like some spells and stuff to make everything have that magical, cool, glowy stuff like we did before, and it's gonna be awesome.
Okay. And what's Alfred
Yeah.
up to?
During the party, Alfred sets Iron Hand to the dance subroutine, just leaves that on loop. So he's just doing the robot the whole time.
Nice.
Just having a little bit of a dance. I think he shows Beth a thoroughly mediocre time, where he's very polite and attentive, and perhaps even receptive to some amount of flirting, but just maybe signaling that he is really not especially interested in leaving Brothholm, and it's very pleasant being here, but probably not giving her exactly what she wants.
Okay.
And then probably finding a moment to try to just get a word in with Allison after the fact, and make it really clear that logging operations need to take this location into account, lest there be an incident in the future.
Nice. So the first hour or so, as the people from the village arrive, very awkward, as the animals are moving around doing things. All of the presents have been stacked into the tree, and there's just these horde of wildlife that are doing things, and then the Thundergrim comes out, and a lot of people are getting ready to run away, and Trig is like, no, everything's fine, and all of this, it's just very strange. And then this sleigh that's being pulled by the Axebeak comes over the ridge and through the trees, and in it is this harp that's been padded and is laying in the sleigh, and the maestro's in it, and the sleigh pulls up and sets to an area where they can essentially remove the harp, and he sits down next to it and looks around and just takes in the awkwardness that's going on, and decides to start playing the harp. And as he does so, everything just kind of chills out. Not a magical effect, just adding the music to things as it just calms everyone down, calms the disquiet beasts and people, and that's where we will end, except for a very important canon moment where the people of the village thank you profusely and want to name, because they've been trying to decide what to name their village. They want to name it after you in some fashion, or have you name it. What do you want to help them name this village?
Cocoville.
I vote for Crimsby Wood.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
Because, Crim and Mama Esfie and Candlelight and
Yeah.
it's wood. Crimsby Wood.
Okay. Alfred, have any other suggestions, or are you good with that?
I think Alfred was trying to come up with something clever that involved, letters and putting names together, things like that. But he couldn't come up with anything that rolled off the tongue like Crimsby would.
Or Village McVillage Face,
Bethtown.
right? All right. Well, thank you so much for playing this first Haven game on Wanderer's Haven. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you had fun.
Blast.
I had a feeling we were gonna end up with a cozy ending instead of a mass battle. So, parts to that one. That was awesome.
Thank God. I was
why-
not looking forward to a horde of squirrels.
Oh my god.
I was kind of looking forward to like watching them just like swarm one of you and just like leave a skeleton behind or something, but just kidding. Why don't we do a round of outros, and why don't we start with Ed?
Again, my name's Ed. Stream on Twitch at Neuromaster. I really enjoy this kind of stuff. It's always a pleasure to be here at Wanderer's Haven, and I've had a really lovely evening with y'all.
So much. It's been awesome to have you on here with us. Who would you like to go next?
Let me tag in Kevin.
Ooh, it's me. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm part of the production team here, and telling cool, fun stuff. I'll get to that in 1 second. But first, you can find me on the socials at KevRan Games. It's just a blast to be here today. I played Trieg, who was a new ancestry to the setting. The Burden, which are people who have like troll-like abilities as they kind of develop. You can see more of me tonight. Actually, we're playing our final season finale of Star Trek Adventures, which is going to be really cool. We're stuck in fluidic space. If any of you know about that, it's a crazy scene. But I play Commander Adon Rawl, who has to try to lead everybody back. And then tomorrow, Jeremy is actually playing in an episode that I'm running. We're doing another special holiday episode of Elves Die Hard. It's literally the plot of Die Hard with Christmas elves. So please come hang out tomorrow night at 9. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be insane in the membrane. So this was fun. Thank you so much, Jeremy. I appreciate you.
In the membrane. Absolutely. Thank you for being a part of it. Always a pleasure. And last but not least, Carly, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Carly Steichen. You can find me at Carly Steichen on Twitter, at X, whatever, Instagram, Threads, all that. I'm also go by Armadillo Dice, and I have a shop on Etsy, and I make dice. And tonight I played Auntie Elsley, who is a warlock, whose patron is her great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, Mama SV. And her entire goal is to spread candlelight cheer to the world forever.
Fantastic.
And you did.
You did. It was fantastic.
Hot chocolate, everyone.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Well, thank you all for watching. We have to do a quick outro here as people have things to head off and do, but I'll just do a quick. I am Jeremy Hochhalter. You can find me on the socials at WH Pubs most of the time. Just head over to that link that I just posted. Also, just putting a call out for people to head over to our YouTube, where all of these videos go to live after they have premiered here on Twitch. We are trying to hit our 500 subscriber mark. We're quite a ways away, but it would be fantastic to get there someday. So if you just want to head over there, the link is in chat. That should be everything. Come back. Kevin already said all the things happening this weekend, so come back on Monday when I'm doing Miniature Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then this Friday is the first episode of Ystera Holiday Heist. Got pushed back from last Wednesday to this Wednesday, so come join us at 9 p.m. on Wednesday for episode 1 of that. It should be a great time. I'm going to leave it there for that. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was such a fun time. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Happy holidays.
Bye. Happy holidays.